Hey guys, it's Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. Thank you all so much for being here, really. You being here and watching and thumbs upping and subscribing means so much to me, so thank you so much. I really and truly appreciate each and every one of you. It's been a week, hasn't it? It's been a week. Yeah, let's just move on. It's just a lot. I didn't post pictures from this yet, but I will do on Instagram when I'm done with this. I just had this really bad urge to organize. It's been brewing in my head for a long time, and I've been watching a lot of book organization videos and getting really mad about them. But that's a different rant for a different day. So I just went through some of my shelves here and reorganized two of them. I flipped the shelves. I was doing can you call it a series if it's two videos? But I did two videos in a series where I was going to reorganize and sort them and flip the shelves and stuff. But I just had to do it and not film it, and so I did that, and I'll put the pictures on Instagram. I am set to private, but just request, and if you can leave me a note just saying like from YouTube or whatever, that's fine. Otherwise, if I don't recognize your name, I probably will just say no, just because I'm a paranoid weirdo. So apologies, you can always ask again. Anyways, whatever. So I'll put those up, but I did do this shelf and the one above it. And then I did the other two below it too. Like there's some space here now, and I don't know, I just had to reorganize something, and that was easy to do. So I did that. But the song of the week this week is electronic. Stay with me. I heard this on the radio. I think this came out in 2012 or 2013. One of my local stations is 88.9. It's a local Milwaukee station. At least once an hour they play a Milwaukee musician, which is nice. And I have found so many unusual, really fantastic songs from all over the world by listening to them. So I heard this driving home from a shift at the library. It was 9:30 at night, and I just started my car up, and it came on, and it was just before the chorus starts for the first time. And it sounded like nothing I had heard before, and I just fell in love with it. So this is Retrograde by James Blake. It's not EDM. It's not EDM. And there's nothing wrong with EDM. No hate, no shade here. But it's electronic, and I really like his stuff. So I've been a fan of his ever since. And it was on the radio once, and then I've been listening to it a lot because I just enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well. On to books. I finished 4 this week. It should have been higher, but my pandemic brain is not working. Also, apologies. You can tell it's later in the day by all the sun things. If I open it up, it's gonna be worse. I'll just keep shifting. Whatever. Anyways, I finished 4 books this week. Yay. The first one is The Wide Window, which is the third in the Series of Unfortunate Events series by Lemony Snicket. I never read these before. I think I read the first one once a long time ago, shortly after, like maybe the middle of it was out. I don't remember. But I missed the train. I was an adult when they were out. So I'm going back to reread them now. There's nothing wrong with reading this stuff. And this one was cute. I mean, I didn't see everything coming. But I liked it. 3 stars. It was enjoyable. It was a very quick read over a couple of nights, and yeah, I liked it. I'll read the 4th one whenever my hold comes up in the library queue. I don't know when that will be. Okay, and then I also read a short story in the Iron Druid series by Kevin Hearne. This was 2 Ravens and 1 Crow. So this takes place shortly after book 4 ends. And there is a book, this is on its own, just published by itself, novella. I think it's like 60 or 70 pages, something like that. There is a book called Besieged that collects a whole bunch of short stories together in the Iron Druid series, and it seems like so far everything I have seen, like I think I'm halfway through right now, they all happen between book 4 and book 5. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing so far. So if you want to read them correctly in an order, whatever. So anyways, So I'm working on that one. So Two Ravens, One Crow. Oh my gosh. I read this last Friday night. I think. Nope. I don't know what this is about. I know I really liked it though. I gave it 4 stars. I want to say this is about Hugo and, is it Munin or Munin? Odin's 2 ravens that he uses to see things. I think it's about the 2 of them. As no, maybe it's not. This isn't the one about the 2 of them. It must be. Anyways, one of them was killed in the big battle that happened in the 3rd book, and you know, they weren't sure who. So the second of whoever was killed regenerates finally. It takes them a while to regenerate. So the 2 of them come and they're spying on Atticus and friends or whatever, Atticus and co. And I think this is the one where the Morrigan comes back and she takes the form of a crow very often. And she tells Atticus, hey, we have to go. You have to come with me now. You know, maybe 2 weeks you'll be gone. So he leaves with her, and she redoes his druidic tattoos, which is very painful. And somehow, so then he's on the radar again, and I think Hugo and Munin can see him again afterwards. I think that's what it's about. This is terrible. I don't remember, and I already returned the ebook to the library, so I can't even look it up again and see. I apologize. I liked it. It was good. You know, read it if you're reading the series. Okay, and then on to physical books that I read. I am so excited that this is finished, you guys. And thank you to everyone who recommended the audio version, because that's how I had to finish it up. That is Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. Oh boy. It is 1 week short of a full year that I have been reading this book, and it's finally done. Thank you. I'm giving this 3 stars. It was good. It was enjoyable, but it's just vignettes of small town life and about people whose world is just really this small town of Cranford. And I know the railroad coming through was a big deal for a lot of towns, and it is a big deal. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not putting it down, but it's such a huge deal. And oh my gosh, there was a foreigner, an Italian at that came through, and I think I enjoyed the TV adaptation with Judi Dench, because she's great in everything, spoiler. I think I enjoyed watching that more than I enjoyed reading this book. So I can't say I recommend it, but I also I'm not recommending it at the same time. This is the first Gaskell that I've read, and I will be reading Wives and Daughters and for sure North and South, because I love that adaptation. And of course I'll be keeping copies. This is my grandmother's copy from when she was a child. I think this is I know I've already looked this up, and forgive me. Nope, that's not that. I don't know, but so it's very well loved. 1928 is this edition. So of course I'll be hanging on to this. I have another copy that was even earlier, an 18-something copy that's downstairs with my older books. So I'll hang on to those. But if I had a newer copy, I would probably let it go to someone else, because it was fine. I also have a book, like sort of a coffee table-ish book about the making of Cranford, the miniseries. And I think I'm probably going to read that this coming week, and then I'll probably end up getting rid of that as well. I am assuming, I don't know, but you may see that soon. But I finished Cranford. It got to the point where I listened to it, like the last half was on audio, like I said, and Prunella Scales did a fabulous job. But my goodness, does she speak slowly. I listened to it at 2.5 times the speed, which I cannot do with anything else, but I could still understand what she was saying very easily at 2.5 times the speed. Even 2 times the speed was too slow for me. Again, the most I can usually do is 1.5 if I'm really pushing it and really concentrating. So yeah, so that got me through and got me finished, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. Very grateful to be done. And that's my first Booktuber challenge checked off. And the last one this week that I read is one that comes out usually every August, September, cozy-ish mystery series by one of my favorite mystery authors, Rhys Bowen. This is The Last Mrs. Summers. I finished it. It's only just over a week overdue at the library. I feel sort of bad, but obviously not bad enough to return it without finishing it. So in this one, Lady Georgiana is newly married to Darcy O'Mara. They've come home after their very adventurous, in more ways than one, honeymoon in Africa. And they have essentially inherited this very large estate. It's a former lover of Georgie's mother's, and wanted to adopt Georgie when she was small, and they have a very close relationship, and he's off adventuring and mountain climbing, literally. So he leaves the house to Georgie and Darcy. They can start their life there. So she's there. Darcy gets called out on a job. He is a spy for the government, and she thinks she doesn't know what to do. So she goes into London and looks for her friends that live there. They're not home. She comes home, and her friend Belinda, who she was looking for in London, is not there, but Belinda's at her house. Belinda's grandmother passed away recently, and she inherited all of her estate and her money. And there was a very small cottage on the coast in Cornwall that she inherited, and she said, like, let's go out there. Darcy's gone. Let's just go look at this place and see if we can spruce it up, or if we should sell it, or, let's go look over there. So they drive down to Cornwall, and it's an old smuggler's cottage. It's not really habitable, sort of, but not really. And they're poking around trying to decide if they should stay in a hotel or what to do, and literally run into one of Belinda's old childhood friends. Belinda doesn't recognize her, but she recognizes Belinda and says, we have this huge house that's well known around the area. I'm married to another childhood friend. Please come stay with us. We would love to have the company. So they begrudgingly accept, because there's nowhere else to go. And there's a creepy housekeeper, and there's a very small staff, and the house feels haunted, and there's always someone watching, it feels like, and rocks fall on people, and then a dead body shows up, and someone is framed. And so, and at the beginning she says it too, there are definitely hints of Rebecca. So if you like Rebecca, I think you would enjoy this. I haven't read that in a long time, but so it has that feeling. It's Cornwall, it's the coast. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and they're so readable. Georgie seems like, as much as someone who was 37th in line to the British throne could be, as down to earth as you can kind of get, and good sense of humor, and sort of skittish and afraid, a little bit sheltered, but game to try anything, and terrified, but still helps her friends and helps people around her. And I really enjoy her, and I've enjoyed her character progression too throughout the series. So really, really thoroughly enjoyed this, and gave this one 4 stars. So that's about it for me this week. I have been watching a lot of planner videos on YouTube, and I might have purchased some stickers for myself. I probably shouldn't have, but let's get right past that. Yeah, just hanging out. If everyone stays healthy, which everyone will, I'm sure it'll be fabulous. Danny is getting married on Saturday. This is Danny at Spinelli Speaks, so I will be attending that, masking it unless I'm eating or in a photograph. I'll be wearing my mask and being as politely socially distanced as I possibly can. But I'm just looking forward to it and to seeing her. She's going to be so beautiful. I'll be doing that Saturday, and after that I am going to just take it easy and hopefully catch up on more reading and more books. I really do want to finish the even smaller stack now of current reads that I whittled down a couple of weeks ago. I'd like to really wrap those up by the end of the year, which seems like, oh, no problem. It's, there's plenty of time. There's weeks and weeks. There's like, 10 weeks or 12 weeks to the end of the year. That's not a lot. So I have to really get moving and get planning. And I think what I tend to do, because I am very much a mood reader, what I tend to do is just sort of, I don't want to read that right now. I'll read something else. And that's why I start so many books. I need to force myself to read some of the ones that I have finished and just finish them up. Also, I can show you this too. I am getting rid of books. I know. So I'm getting rid of these. They are all in red. Oh, I almost hit myself in the face. So these are all going to find a new home. I think my mom would like the James Patterson, but I don't know about anything else here. gonna offer it to my friends and then post it on paperback swap, and I'm sure a lot of them will go. And also, I am getting rid of some adult coloring books. I never really used them. I just bought them because they were beautiful and pretty. What was it, like 5 years ago? That was like the hugest thing ever. So I'm getting rid of a bunch. And here they are. A lot of them. Look at this big Canada one. Canada 150 coloring book. This is really heavy paper. This is a really heavy book. So I'm getting rid of all this stuff too. Oh my gosh. And 7 books. I know it's not a lot, but it is more than my last small haul I did. So anything that leaves this house is a win. Yeah. Ooh. That's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys are all doing well and not getting blinded by the sun like I am. Taking care and reading something fabulous. And I will talk to you guys all very soon in the next one. Bye.